On February 28, during Operation Straight Sentinel, 4 Iranian F-14 Tomcat jets achieved radar lock on a single U.S. Air Force F-15E Strike Eagle over the Persian Gulf. The intercept occurred at 22,000 feet, 80 nautical miles from Bandar Abbas. Iranian state media broadcast the claim within hours.
"Enemy intruder neutralized in our skies,"
the announcement read. U.S. quote, "Central Command issued a denial. No losses reported. No engagement confirmed." The footage showed radar scopes flickering with target acquisition tones, yet the F-15E returned to base intact. If 4 fighters hold lock at Mach 1 speeds, with missiles primed at 40 miles, how does the target evade certain destruction? Each Iranian jet carries AIM-54 Phoenix missiles capable of Mach 5 velocity. From lock-on at 50 nautical miles, time to impact calculates to under 60 seconds. The F-15E's maximum speed, Mach 2.5, or 1,650 knots at sea level. Distance covered in that window, 27.5 nautical miles at full afterburner. But inertia resists. A fighter at 40,000 pounds displaces air with drag coefficients exceeding 0.02. Turn radius at Mach 2, over 10,000 feet. Geometry locks in the outcome. The missiles close at 3,000 knots relative speed. Evasive maneuvers demand G-forces beyond 9 shredding airframes or pilots. Radar cross-section of the F-15E, 25 square meters, without stealth, visible as a barn door on S-band radars. Physics does not negotiate. Survival odds approach 0. Look deeper. The battlefield extends beyond steel and thrust. Combat unfolds in the electromagnetic spectrum. The kill chain governs all. Detection, identification, tracking, decisions, engagement, destruction. Iran's integrated air defense system spans 3,000 square kilometers over the Gulf. Ground raiders like the Ghadir, with 1,100-kilometer range, feed data to airborne interceptors. Each F-14's AWG-9 radar tracks 24 targets, engages 6 simultaneously. Overlap creates a grid. Phased arrays pulse at 3 GHz, illuminating volumes of 100 cubic miles per sweep. Threat appears ironclad. 4 jets multiply tracking capacity to 96 contacts. Data fusion links them via secure data links at 1,000 bits per second. Strength in numbers, but dependence on data invites fragility. The invisible war begins here. Engineering counters this grid methodically. First, cyber penetration maps the network. U.S. platforms like the RC-135 rivet joint orbit at 100 miles, sniffing emissions. Frequency hopping patterns reveal nodes. Algorithms dissect modulation schemes, identifying vulnerabilities in 802.1-derived protocols. Data-level infiltration follows. Malware payloads ride on intercepted signals, exploiting buffer overflows in radar processors. Execution time, milliseconds. Now introduce electronic warfare. The EA-18 Geller enters at standoff range, 150 nautical miles. Its ALQ-2 pods detect threats across 240 GHz. Directional jamming commences. Unlike brute force noise, which broadcasts omnidirectionally, this focuses energy in a 10-degree cone. Power density multiplies by 100. Inverse square law applies. Energy falls off as 1 over distance squared. At 50 miles, jamming signal overwhelms radar returns by 40 dB. One-way advantage, jammer sees the threat, but threat radars reflect nothing back. Suppression cascades. Enemy scopes fill with ghosts. Transition to destruction. Coordinated strikes. Synchronize. F-35s launch AGM-88 harems at time on target 0. Seekers home on emissions. Radars go dark in sequence. System collapse, not spectacle. Tension rebuilds. Iran retaliates. Ground batteries launch Syed-4 missiles at Mach 4.5. The kill chain demands precision. Step 1. Detect. Thermal sensors scan for exhaust plumes at 2,500 degrees Kelvin. Step 2. Track. Inertial navigation correlates velocity vectors. Step 3. Transmit. Data links relay coordinates at 10 Hz. Step 4. Launch. Boosters ignite, propelling 1,500-pound warheads. Step 5. Update. Mid-course guidance adjusts via GPS Lich-IANS fusion. Step 6. Terminal lock. Active seekers activate at 10 miles, discriminating targets. Break one link, the chain fails. U.S. early detection systems intervene. AWACS E-3 Sentries orbit at 30,000 feet. Radars pulsing at 3 GHz with 250-mile range. They spot launches in 5 seconds. Thermal signature tracking parses infrared data, filtering decoys via spectral analysis. Data spoofing begins. Grullers inject false coordinates, shifting perceived positions by 2 nautical miles. Algorithms compute Doppler shifts to mimic real echoes. Ghost targets proliferate. Missiles vector toward voids. Geometry dictates the evasion. Speed times time equals displacement. F-15E relocates at 600 knots. Reaction window, 20 seconds from detection. Turn initiated at 15 degrees per second. In 10 seconds, bank angle reaches 150 degrees. Displacement, 3 nautical miles laterally. Missile turn radius at Mach 4, 5,000 feet minimum. Inertia binds it. Drag coefficients spike in atmosphere below 20,000 feet. Warhead closes on original coordinates. Miss distance, 1,000 feet. Proximity fuses require 50 feet for detonation. Outcome shifts. No contact. Hard kill serves as backup. Aegis destroyers deploy SM-6 interceptors. Magazine capacity, 90 per ship. Cost per round, $4 million. Strategic conservation rules. Soft kill dominates. Spectrum control denies the chain at source. Jamming persists, eroding enemy confidence. Return to the paradox. 4 jets locked radar. Physics suggested annihilation. Yet the F-15E endured. Power resides not in raw firepower. Power is mastery of the kill chain. Power is mathematics executed under duress. The incident unfolded at dawn. Coordinates 26 degrees 30s, 56 degrees 8. The Iranian pilots reported solid locks, tones steady in their helmets. Public claims echoed across Tehran. Imperialist aggression repelled. Washington countered with restraint. Flight logs confirmed routine patrol. No munitions expended. The question lingers. How does a locked target vanish? Calculate precisely. F-14 radar lock at 40 miles. Missile flight time, 48 seconds at Mach 5. F-15E acceleration, 0 to Mach 1 in 15 seconds. But mass resists. 31,700 pounds empty plus ordnance. Aerodynamic drag, force equals 0.5 rho v squared CDA. Rho at altitude, 0.001 slugs per cubic foot. Velocity 1,000 feet per second. Drag exceeds 10,000 pounds. Evasion demands energy bleed. Geometry confines. Intercept cone narrows to 5 degrees. Escape impossible on paper. The real arena is unseen. Kill chain forms the spine. Iran's system integrates 50 radar sites linked by fiber optics at 10 Gbps. Detection threshold 100 dBBM. Tracking accuracy 0.1 degrees azimuth. Engagement envelopes overlap in hexagons, each 50 miles diameter. Capacity 200 tracks per sector. Credible threat. Data dependency absolute. One corrupted link unravels all. Counter unfolds in layers. Cyber mapping first. Signals intelligence platforms decode encryption. Key lengths 256 bits. Infiltration via side channel attacks on power supplies. Electronic warfare escalates. Growler pods emit 100 kilowatts effective radiated power. Beam steering via phased arrays, 1,000 elements. Jamming ratio, 30 dB over noise. Inverse square amplifies. At double distance, power quarters. Advantage compounds. Reflections minimized. Enemy radars blind, not burned. Retaliation surges. Missile streaks skyward. Kill chain steps rigid. Detection via electro-optical at 8 to 12 microns wavelength. Track fusion. Kalman filters velocity. Transmit encrypted bursts. Launch inertial. Update data link. Terminal X-band seeker, 10 GHz. Disruption targets transmission. Spoofing injects latency, 50 milliseconds. Coordinates offset by latitude error, 0.01 degrees. Ghost multiply via multiple false target generators, 20 decoys per pulse. Evasion geometry precise. Displacement equation, EFHL, equal I PSES placement EY, play 5 at squared. Initial velocity, 500 knots. Acceleration 32 feet per second squared under G. Time 30 seconds. Shift 4 nautical miles. Missile correction limited by fin authority 20 degrees deflection. Miss inevitable. Interceptors reserved. Each SM-6 Mach 3.5. Range 130 miles. Finite rounds. Preference, deny spectrum. Controlled data flow. Paradox resolved. Survival through chain dominance. Physics and forces. Systems prevail. Radar locks pierced the silence. 4 Tomcats. Legacies of pre-revolution deals. U.S. fighter alone. Claims broadcast. Denials followed. Physics query stands. Mach numbers stack against. Time compresses. Inertia binds. Drag pulls. Cross-section exposes. Turn radii expand. Impossibility mounts. Battlefield invisible. Chain links all. Radar's grid. Tracks multiply. Envelopes encase. Data rules. Counter-systematic. Penetrate. Infiltrate. Jam-directed. Law squares inverse. Advantage one way. Retaliate they do. Chain steps. Detect. Track. Transmit. Launch. Update. Lock. Breakage points. Geometry evades. Displacement calculates. Windows narrow. Misses compound. Hard kill secondary. Limits constrain. Soft primary. Close the loop. Not firepower. Chain control. Math under fire. Tensions peaked at 0545 Zulu. Jets vectored in. Locks acquired. Media flared. Officials parried. Survival defies. Do the calculus. Velocities clash. Times shrink. Forces oppose. Paradox peaks. Spectrum shifts war. Change structures. Systems integrate. Threats credible. Dependencies fatal. Dismantle sequenced. Map cyber. Infiltrate data. Warfare electronic. Jamming. Precise. Physics laws leverage. Launch reprisal. Steps chain. Interventions early. Spoofs data. Ghosts deceive. Evasion math. Time speed. Distances alter. Outcomes pivot. Bascap kinetic. Costs weigh. Spectrum superior. Paradox answers. Power chain. Math discipline. The lock-ons registered clear. 4 against 1. Bold assertions. Measured rebuttals. Question physics. Impossibility through equations. Speeds absolute. Distances fixed. Inertias unyielding. Drags relentless. Geometries unforgiving. Battlefield electromagnetic. Chain kill. Defenses air integrated. Grids radar. Capacities tracking. Envelopes engagement. Counter-engineering. Penetration cyber. Mapping. Infiltration. Platform warfare. Jamming directional. Explanation law. Square inverse. Advantage reflection 2-way versus 1. Suppression defenses air enemy. Destruction to transition. Strike kinetic coordinated. Logic. Target on time synchronized. Retaliation enemy. Weapon speed. High launches. Chain kill step 6 required. Systems detection early. Tracking signature thermal. Spoofing data. Injection coordinate false. Targets ghost. Manipulation engineering perception missile how. Evasion geometric. Math real use. Displacement equals time times speed. Change miles nautical few even how. Show. Timing turn. Window reaction. Distance relocation. Misses warhead the how demonstrate. Exaggeration without. Backup ass. Kill hard. Systems interceptor introduce. Limits magazine. Interceptor per cost. Conservation strategic. Primary is control spectrum through killsoft. Emphasize. Close philosophical. Paradox opening to return. Firepower raw, not as power. State clearly. Chain kill the of control is power. Pressure under applied mathematics is power. Line final weighty, disciplined, with close. No action to call emotional. No slogans. No hype.